Yo, what's up guys, I'm back, got another review for you. This time we have my first FIFA 22 review. I said I'd be back, I am back. Here we go. This is the current team I was running. It's not a very good team, but I'm kind of just saving it for when full game releases and I'll just sell everyone. I'll have about 400, 500k. I pack Van Dijk, which is kind of nice. But we're on to the review. So, Ousmane Dembele, 83. On base stats, obviously he's 5-star, 5-star. That's always a great thing for a card. He's got 93 pace, 77 shooting, 77 passing, 86 dribbling, and 56 physical. So on paper, for a starter card, it looks like one of the best in the game. I picked him up for 42k. He goes around about 60k on PS. Sorry, I'm not sure about what on Xbox. But I've got nothing more to say, so I hope you enjoy the clips, and I'll speak to you after about the positives and negatives. Peace.
Messing with my head again. You had your heart set on me, but these feels, they come and go, and they come so easily. Tell me what it is about you that I can't forget, but you're breaking down my walls again just to set me free. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all yours. But when I say what's that about, you start slurring your words. Tell me why you have to seem so distant when I'm holding you. Your fingertips are drifting away, and I fucking love how it hurts. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do why do I, baby, why do why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling?
So, on the positives for the card then. So, obviously the first positive, I'm obviously going to kick out the 5-star, 5-star. Now, this for a card of this value at the start of the game is just insane. Although you don't really need skills as much as you did last year, you need more pace. The weak foot is also very good, but it's just nice to have just in case you are pull out a few skills. Even just like something like the scoop, so that is just nice to have. So the 5-star, 5-star is my first positive about Ousmane Dembele. Next up for me is going to be the pace. Now, obviously, 93 pace, you're going to expect that to be fast. It's 94 acceleration as well, so it's even faster. That's just a brilliant stat to have. You don't need to boost that unless you're a pace whore and you care like about 99 pace. But that is fast enough to outpace most defenders now. Next up for me is going to be the finishing. Now, the finishing was really good most of the time. Now, I will touch on this on the negatives because of a certain reason. But the finishing most of the time with the finish chem style, it goes up to 90 finishing. It was really good stat to have, especially for a card of this level. A 90 finishing on 5-star weak foot was really, really good. So that is a really good positive about him. Next up for me is obviously going to be the shot power. Now, although 83 shot power isn't the best, for the starter card, 83 shot power with the plus 10, which in the finisher chem style I recommend, or a Deadeye, it's up to you. The shot power 93, really good stat. See, the problem is, right, this year I don't feel like near post is the best thing in the world. I think it's quite inconsistent. So normally the shot power would be good for near post, but if you smack it across goal this year, I think that's how I've learned to like shoot a bit, and it goes in really nicely. You've just hit it across goal with like no finesse, nothing. I know people have been enjoying finesses, but I really haven't. I've been struggling with finesses a lot. So yeah, the shot power just hit it across goal, really nice. Next up for me is going to be the short pass. Now the short pass is actually really good for him. Although it doesn't seem the best, it actually is quite good. Like in game, the short pass is actually really nice. Like let's say you're playing 1-2, like so this year is very dependent on like pace, I would say, and like playing it round. So the short pass is really key. If you've got like cam, you can just like play with 1-2s between the wides, the striker, the CDMs, whatever. He will literally just do the short pass with them and go the 1-2s. Next up for me is going to be agility. Now, obviously, this with the 5-star is obviously going to be amazing, especially with the plus 10 as well. 99 agility, it's just going to be a really good stat. He's practically a cheap Neymar. That's what I'm going to call him. The cheap Neymar. Ousmane Dembele, he always has been, always will be the cheap Neymar. But yeah, that 99 agility, really good for him. Next will be the ball control. And the ball control, very nice for Dembele. It felt really close and tight to him. Although with this 15 off being max, it still did feel like adequately decent. It wouldn't like put any passes or touches wrong, should I say, like Inaki Williams did. But yeah, the ball control, really nice. Last for me for the positives is going to be the dribbling. Now this, again, with the agility and the 5-star skills, is allowed to be really nimble in and around the box. So if you need to turn away from defenders like bum rushing you, like Crocs and Klosterman and all them, people just press you as hard as they can. So his twisting and turning ability is really nice to have for that reason. But that's all for positives. Now let's get into the negatives. So on to the negatives about the card then. So unfortunately there is a few negatives about this Dembele card. I know even though it is right at the start, I'm still really nitpicky like it is going to be like the end of last year. Even though it is start. So attack positioning, not very good. Even with the boosted plus 5, he does feel a bit like lost at times where he doesn't know where to stand. Like, let's just say you got him a striker, he will know where to go. But when you play him cam, I know you really shouldn't with this stamina, but when you got like strikers, like actual strikers can't play anywhere else, you have to play him cam or wide. So the attack positioning is a little bit dodgy at times. He does like kind of just drift off and not do what you tell him to do because of the instructions. But that is a negative that you can probably get around quite easily. Next for me is going to be the general passing. Now, I know I put short passing in the positives, but the general passing isn't the best. Like, the long passing in the vision, it looks alright, because in the short pass, I said was alright, but the long passes in the vision just aren't the best. Like, you need, right, a cam this year that can play balls through really nicely. Like I would say like a De Bruyne, but it needs to be a bit faster, I would say. So yeah, I would say De Bruyne probably be one of the better ones. But like, you need them to be able to feed triangle through balls through, play it around quite nicely. Although he can play around nicely, he can't do the triangle through balls. He's really bad at that, so don't try too many with them. The curve as well, it's not really the best. Considering his finesse shots, like this year, just like not even just his finesse shots, all finesse shots aren't very good. The curve's kind of useless, I can't lie. Next up for me is going to be balance. Now this ties in with the stat I'm going to say in a minute, but the balance not really the best. He's a weak player, Dembele. You don't expect him to be strong, being like a skiller and all that. But yeah. Next is reactions. Now, although you don't really notice this as much, being like 80, 90 or something, you do tend to notice it when it's like 80 or below. So the reactions are a little bit slower than, let's say, a Neymar would be or something like that. So that is just something to bear in mind. Now, this was what I was on about before. His composure is a little bit iffy at times. This was put his finishing down sometimes, but overall it was quite good. But the composure would let it down a few times where he would drag it wide, like fire it straight at the keeper. So just be wary of that. He is still a very, very good card from the start, but just be wary of that. The finishing is a little bit off sometimes because of that. Now, this is what really annoys me about Dembele. The attributes of physical. So, the jumping, the stamina, the strength, and the aggression, all terrible stats for Dembele. The stamina especially, playing him camp, you can't really. He'll last like 70 minutes until you have to take him off. You can maybe push it 90 minutes, but he'll be very tired, and like the fast centre backs will just outpace him no matter what. And then a key aspect about Dembele's kind of gone there. The strength, obviously, being is he 5'9", 5'10", sorry, not very good. Along with the balance, it just doesn't tie in well, so that is another negative for him. The jumping and head accuracy, so his aerial ability is also a bit very the aggression as well, that lies in with strength and the balance. So all of them, see, most is positive tying together to be really nice, like the agility of the 5-star skills with the dribbling. They tie in really nicely together to make him a really nifty attacker. But then there's the other side of him where it's like a Neymar, where the strength side of him is really, really bad, so he'll get pushed off really easily. You just got to hold the ball away from the attackers and just, like, away from the defender, sorry. But that's all for the negatives. Now let's go to overall score. So with everything taken into consideration with Dembele, overall he's a really, really good card. He isn't as good as like last year FIFA when he was like 5-star, 5-star and the skills were so important. He had the pace to finish in the skills. It still is important, but not as important, so he won't feel as good. I still do feel like he's a good card. The links have been kind of downgraded a little bit because La Liga's not as good now, and he's on the right side, so that's kind of a little bit worse, I would say. But overall, I'm going to give him an 8.3. Some of you may say that's harsh, some may say that's fair. I do think that's a fair rating, because there's probably a lot better than him at the start, for the price, especially 60k. But I do think there'll be a lot worse than him, so try him out if you want to try him out. Let me know in the comments if you like him or you don't like him, because I know a few of my mates don't like him, but I still don't think he's a good card. But I just feel like you could get a little bit better for the price. But I've got nothing more to say, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'd like to see you on the next one. Peace out, guys.